Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna throw a disclaimer right now. If you hear a fan going, it has to be going. I just turned off the AC. We're in a heat wave. Had to turn off the AC in order to film this because it was too loud. So this might be the quickest TBR picking video I've ever done, but I want to get this up before we get too far into July. And I need to pick my July TBR because it is now July 2nd when I'm filming this. So with that being said, we are picking my July TBR from my summer TBR card. This is a 2-layered TBR card. I did a whole video on all the books that are on here, so you're welcome to go check that video out too if you're curious. This month I have a book club meeting for my boyfriend's mother's book club, so we're gonna get a new book this month and it'll probably last us till the September. I'll have that book added, but it'll also be for August. And then I am doing a little book bingo on a book Discord server I'm in, and I had to pick 3 books following some prompts. I'm going to show you the ones I picked, and we're going to put these on the TBR, as well as we're going to do 6 prompts. So that's about 10 books on the TBR, and I don't know if it's possible for me to read that much, but we are going to try. And if I can do it, I'm going to treat myself to a singular book. For the books that are in the book bingo, I had to choose one that is red or pink cover, and I chose Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. The next prompt was a found family trope, and I chose Happy Place by Emily Henry. And the last prompt they gave me was a holiday romance, and it could be any holiday, so I went with The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This is a Valentine's Day, Groundhog Day kind of situation. So those 3 are on the TBR, and now we're just gonna jump right in and start choosing some prompts. These prompts I made about 5 years ago, so they could be out of date, but we're gonna choose some prompts here. So let's go for, there's a whole bunch in my hand. This one. I'm going to show you guys. A book you saw on TikTok. There's definitely different ways I could do this. I could definitely just choose a book that I've seen on TikTok a lot, but I'm going to go do the option where I scroll through my TikTok until I find a book of some, or I can search, like, how about I search up book recommendation in TikTok, and the first book it recommends that is on the cart I will read. Okay, book recommendation then. So the first one it gave us was this video that says Book Girls Don't Gatekeep, and the first book slide says Touch Her and You Die books, and it says Hooked by Emily McIntyre, which isn't on the cart. I have it, but it's not on the cart. We're only reading from the cart. We've got That Sick Love, which I don't have. Twisted Lives I've already read. At Haunted Adeline I've already read. Powerless isn't on the cart. Shatter Me isn't on the cart. King of Wrath isn't on the cart. Kill Switch I've read, but I do believe right here is Light Lark, and it is on the cart. TikTok has chosen my book, and it's going to be Light Lark by Alex Astor. That is prompt number 1. Let's do prompt number 2. My poor cat thinks these are treats. She's coming over to me licking her lips. She will get treats after. Okay, this one says, a book featuring an LGBTQ plus character. After a bit of TikTok searching on what books I have on my TBR that are LGBTQ plus, I am going to end up reading Call Me By Your Name by Andre Asanen. I have been really wanting to watch the movie, so this is the perfect opportunity to read the book so I can watch it. And it's been added to the TBR. Oh, I just threw 2 on the floor. Let's do the first one that fell out. This one fell out first, and it is a slow burn. Okay. Usually slow burns are chunkier books. After much searching online, I believe the only book I have on this cart that is slow burn is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Okay, let's choose our 4th prompt. My camera's now on red battery, so we gotta go quick. this one. Let's see. You guys look first. Oh, I think it's upside down. A book with a green cover. Okay. This is one that gives us options. Options. Okay, this one has a bit of a green cover. That one, it's kind of green. Could be an option. I'd say that has some green on it. Did I really put like no green books on here? By the looks of it, we have only 3-ish green books. And that is All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. And I'm going to count this as some green. Then we've got 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole, which has green. That's like a green. That's green. And then we have The Names by Florence Knapp, which I think out of all of them, this is the most green. But also, like, it's all blue. So, I really don't know. So we have a YA mystery, we have a romance, we have a YA romance, we have a YA fantasy, we have an adult romance, another adult romance. What we don't have on there is fiction, so I think we're going to go with The Names. This book follows a woman who's having a child, and we go through the stories of the different possible names that she would give this child and what their story will end up looking like based on their name. Book prompt number 5. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. A book by a male author. There's one book in mind that I know for sure is by a male author on here, and it's gonna bite me in the butt because we just chose a fiction book. That's okay. I've been really wanting to read a book by this author, so that's an option. Okay, I'm pulling it out. It's an option. You know, there's one I saw on this side. It could be by a male author. Are you? Yes. I think these are the only 2 books I have by a male author, and that is A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman and The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which is a tiny little read, which would be perfect. And I've never read a classic before, so this might be the first one. It's under 150 pages. And then this one I've been wanting to read, but I don't know if I'm ready to commit to it. I'm really liking The Great Gatsby. I've been wanting to read this one for a long time. And I can also watch the movie. I can also watch a movie with this one. Okay, I really want to read a classic book, I think. I want to throw a classic on here, so I think we're going to go with The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And our last and final prompt before my camera dies. Okay, here it is. The last book on your TBR. Let's do the last book I added. So I'm going to go through my app and see what the last book I purchased to add to this cart is. Already figured it out. I think it's on the back side. Here we are. This is the last book I purchased that is on the cart. Watermoon by Samantha Soto Yambao. Okay, this is like nerve-wracking because these are all like anticipated reads for me. Watermelon. I picked this up thrifting for $5. So, I'm hoping it's a good read. I've seen a few people read it and like it. I almost want to pick one more book just for fun. Should we do one more for fun? Just to give me one more option. This is where I always end up kicking myself in the butt. Okay, one more for good luck. And I'm gonna let you read it first. A book with transportation on the cover. Okay, let's see if we got some. Two books on the TBR with transportation, and I want to read one really more than the other. I'm going to show you. Where the Crawdads Sing with the little boat. Or we've got Daisy Hates in a car. I really want to read Daisy Hates. I really want to continue the Magnolia Park series. So, we're going to go with Daisy Hates. I'm just not in the mood for Where the Crawdads Sing right now, so back on the TBR it goes. This is going to be our July TBR. I'm going to run through them all quickly. We've got Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, Happy Place by Emily Henry, The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, Call Me By Your Name by Andre and Esseman, Light Lark by Alex Astor, The Names by Florence Knapp, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings, and last but not least, Watermoon by Samantha Soto Yambao. Hello everyone, it is Editing Heather here, and I'm really sorry if there's a loud noise. The AC is going and just hot out, but I'm here to tell you there's another book added to the monthly TBR. Ever since my boyfriend and I started dating, he'd pick a book each month for me to read, and so when he found out that I picked the TBR without him, he was very sad. So he wanted to pick a book to add, and he refuses to pick off the summer TBR, so he picked off just my bookshelves. So the book that my boyfriend added is The Forgotten Girls by Sarah Blendell. Should be interesting. I don't know much about it, but it's on the TBR, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe down below so you don't miss another upload, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!